thing, baby girl, but I'm the one. You my little boo thing, so I'll give a hoot what you do. Say, girl, I know you a little too.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. Well, a chance to check out some stats for Norman Powell.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
Here are the five for the Clippers. We'll see Powell and Leonard play in the forward spots. Dunn is out there with Harden, and it's Zubac in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Detroit, Thompson and Harris are their forwards. Cade Cunningham out there with Hardaway. And it's Duren in at the 5, roaming the paint. Looking ahead, Brent, how excited are you for the playoffs?
Well, just fired up for the level of competition that steps up tenfold, Kevin. And you know this. We've seen so many great performances come playoff time. Teams are fired up, young guys who are going to get this experience for the first time. But it's the stars that shine in the playoffs, and we are that close.
And so it's the Pistons getting on the board first. Here's Powell, pocket 6, and the dunk by Powell.
And how about Powell to the people as Norman gets up for a loud 2 points.
So it's the Pistons now. Outside Hardaway. Pistons passing it around. Cunningham outside. A three-pointer, no good.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Oh, man, when Kawhi dunks, you feel it. This is how powerful that guy is.
Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Cunningham outside. Sinks the 15-footer. Cunningham's got 5 points so far.
And the confidence growing from this young guard, Cunningham, dropping in the jumper.
Brent, when you talk about the Clippers franchise, and you appreciate this so much, their first superstar was really Bob McAdoo.
And what a tremendous talent. You know, most people remember Bob McAdoo with his years with the Lakers. But, man, when he was with the Buffalo Braves, 3 straight scoring titles, was the league MVP in 1975. Sorry, Dad. Some people still consider him the club's best player ever.
Now here is Harris. Harden missing his last shot. Harris passes to Thompson. Harris, no good. Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Here's Cunningham. The Clippers getting the bucket. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Ivy's checked in for Thompson. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Jones checked in for Dunn. Pass to Ivy. Hardaway is screen on Powell. The kick out to Cunningham. Hits it from three-point range. Cunningham's got his 3rd basket of the night. And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. As we close in on the start of the playoffs, let's see how the West is stacking up. Look at the Clippers. Unless they completely melt down, they should be in good position for a playoff run.
Well, I think for LA, they've been ruthless competitors all season long. I mean, they've assured themselves of plenty of home games in the postseason. Let's see if they can take advantage.
And we continue to see Leonard and his patience being able to deliver the ball like that.
Outside Hardaway. Back to Cunningham. Tries the spin move. No good off the spin. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Powell kicks to Jones. Leonard the pass to Harden. Now here's Jones. Ivy defending. The three from Harden. Rebounded by Cade Cunningham. And it's Cunningham with the ball for the Detroit Pistons.
And what strikes me about Cade Cunningham is he's still growing. He's still capable of doing more on the floor. And he has the work ethic and attitude to make those improvements and become a real factor on the floor.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
Leonard on the wing. Back to Harden. That falls. Nice feed that time from Leonard.
You better be right up on James Harden or else he's going to bury these threes, and he will do it in bunches.
Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach J.B. Bickerstaff.
I asked him how you deal with James Harden tonight, and coach said his focus is not letting Harden get the matchups he wants, not allowing him to get ISOs. Coach said he has to work for it tonight, so they will try to throw some resistance his way, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Brent, Kawhi Leonard seems to be at his best. He is his most incredible when it matters the most.
Yeah, I think we sometimes tend to forget about how dominant Kawhi was in the performances at the biggest moments during the NBA Finals with his MVP awards, and it's mostly due to the fact that injuries have taken him away from those moments. But it's all in there. He is capable of dominating a game on both sides of the floor, Kevin, and I hope that there's another opportunity for us as fans to see him have one more crack at that, if not a couple more, before his career is over.
Now here's Jones. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And while we've got a moment, let's check out the best defenses in the NBA. Fourth, the Clippers.
This is a team that takes pride on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, they play hard and they play together. They are a tough group to score on.
Stewart's checked in for Duran. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Amir Coffey's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Ivy with the bucket.
Too smooth from the mid-range. Defenders can't let Ivy get comfortable from there.
Simmons on the wing. He's guarded by Schroeder. Simmons dishes to Jones. Back to Simmons. Down low. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Here's Ivy. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Here's Coffey. Over Beasley. And the last-second attempt does not go in for him. A good, close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Los Angeles on top, up by 1. Live from Little... And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Clippers.
So far, they've moved the ball well, leading to open, high-percentage looks. Lots of assists in this one.
Well, I want to add also the damage that has been done on the inside. It's a lot of rubble in there, but they're continuing to go right at the defense.
We've got Asar Thompson. Ivy is out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Isaiah Stewart. And it's Beasley in at the 3. That's the group for Detroit right now. And Greg, for longtime Pistons fans, that Bad Boys era was so special.
I mean, Detroit's a tough, hard-working town, and those teams did have great talent led by Isaiah Thomas, but it was their physical, intimidating style of play that made them the Bad Boys.
Simmons passes to Coffey. Now Jones from downtown. That shot is off target. That makes him 2 for 3. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Now Ivy on the 3 off target. Bogdanovich against Schroeder. Thompson comes with the double team. Jones from outside. Again, the miss by Jones. Detroit's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Schroeder, left side. Stewart down low. Working on Zubac. Can't hit that one. Bogdanovich passes to Zubac. Outside, Simmons. Back to Zubac. It's hauled in by Stewart.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Stewart's got his first 2 points of the night.
Let the big man eat. Stewart just aggressive and confident down there in the post.
A different look here for Detroit. Tobias Harris comes in for Thompson. And it's Cunningham in for Dennis Schroeder. Leonard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Dunn comes in for Ben Simmons. Jones finds Dunn. Back to Jones. And it's slammed in by Jones.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Done against Cunningham. Harris inside. Lays it up and banks it in.
A solid 6'8". Harris can more than handle his own inside. Really an overlooked part of his game.
Jones against Harris. Now here's Dunn. He's covered closely, and Jones slams it in.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Beasley with a screen on Dunn. Kicks it out to Beasley. Good on the three-point shot. Beasley's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Pistons. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, you know, getting the cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
Harris, good.
Tobias Harris becoming better and better from that range.
And it's done penetrating, and he lays it straight in.
All the way to the bucket, no resistance, just swipe the candy from it.
Detroit's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Cunningham kicks to Ivy. Stewart, a screen for Harris. And another three for Detroit.
They've been outstanding from beyond the arc this quarter. Their percentage has been climbing steadily.
Jones in the post, guarded by Harris.
Gotta love the effort there. An undersized 4 who can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
The Pistons leading. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Clippers are intent on winning big. Coach Tyronn Lue said half of it is great talent, and I think half of it is execution. When you get to the playoffs, it's a whole different animal. We got to be 100% execution with our talent. That makes for a dangerous team. Kevin?
Very dangerous. All right, David. Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Jalen Duren. He's checked in for Stewart. Thompson comes in for Malik Beasley. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Jaden Ivey. And when you take a look at Jalen Duren, a big man, Greg, who seems to get better each and every season.
Well, you know, he averaged a double-double in his second season. I especially like how hard he goes after rebounds. This guy has a bright future in this league.
On the wing, Hardaway. Dunn covering. Duren with it. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Hardaway for 3. Detroit, no good that time either. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Simmons dishes to Leonard. Leonard finagling one in close.
And Kawhi is certainly one of the strongest players in the league at that position, just doing damage.
Outside Hardaway. 26 seconds left in the first half. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Out to Thompson. In the corner, it's Harris.
And a good example of why Leonard perpetually makes the all-defensive team. You are caught on the Hawaiian Islands.
Simmons sets a screen for Leonard. Pass to Dunn. The three from Harden. And the last-second attempt doesn't fall. Tie game in Detroit. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Here with
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
Direct your attention now to center court.
The Thunder will be playing at Paycom Center as they go up against the Pacers. 8:30 Eastern Time for the tip there.
This is a game everyone had circled on.
And weaving back to the first half of our game, Cade Cunningham showing out.
He's been good, but
That'll do it for our show tonight.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You have to like what we've seen from Jones.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half, and he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Yeah, there's not any guy defensively that was bodying him up or contesting the shot, so right now he's feasting.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. We'll see Powell and Leonard playing the forward spots. Harden out there with Dunn, and it's Zubac in at the center, filling out the middle. Talk about confidence. Greg, what do you think about Harden's quote from a couple years ago when he said, "I'm not a system player, I am the system"?
Kevin, I laughed when I heard it because most guys couldn't say that, but Harden absolutely can. He's an elite scorer turned elite passer. Your offense has to orbit around him when he's on the floor.
James Harden has really made a science of working himself to the free throw line, and we see that here once again.
Brent, we know that James Harden has won 3 consecutive scoring titles in his past. But now, he really has worked on his game and changed his game to a degree.
Well, that's true, Kevin. Also, the system around him has changed. I mean, what they leaned into in Houston for James Harden to become an offense unto himself was unique at the time. James is a little bit older. He's playing with a different set of players that bring their own skill sets, but he's much more of a passer. He led the league in assists in 2023, so all of his offensive ability has not gone away. It's just manifesting itself in a different form.
And the dunk by Zubac.
That's a nice opportunity for Zubac, and he cashes in.
And so, it's Detroit with it. The lead is 2. Outside Hardaway. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Back to Cunningham. To the paint. 6 to shoot. Here's Turin. Stolen by Zubac. Dunn passes to Harden. Leonard with a screen on Cunningham. Count it, and the foul. It's going to be on Cade Cunningham.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line.
One of the areas where he has excelled all season long. How about 87% from the line?
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. And a chance here now to take a look at the teams that are tops in the league in scoring points off turnovers. 4th, the Clippers.
You know, when you make a mistake against this team, they make you pay. I mean, because they convert those turnovers into fast break points, and that really can be demoralizing.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Hardaway is screen on Leonard. Here's Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
Well, he's an efficient scorer in this one. Harris can hurt you in a lot of ways.
Here's Harden. Off target at the rim. The Pistons have gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the third quarter. Here's Harris. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 7 rebounds in the game.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
Cunningham kicks to Thompson. Back to Cunningham. From the stripe. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for Detroit. It's a 1-point game on the wing. Thompson. Cunningham outside. Pass to Harris. Shot clock at 5. Detroit needs to get off a shot. Duren, no good. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Here's Leonard. Some solid defense from Harris. Detroit's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13.
An explosive player. Thompson has serious leaping ability, and that comes in handy around the basket.
Kicks it out to Leonard. This one for 3. The 3 goes down the hatch from Kawhi. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
On the wing, Hardaway. And here is Duren. Left side, Harris to the middle. Fires from the line. Thompson misses. The Clippers in the lead. Powell sets a screen for Leonard. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Thompson against Powell. And Thompson kicks to Cunningham. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Brent, we talk about guys on the brink of stardom. Cade Cunningham is right there.
Yeah, the 2 areas you'd love to see Cade improve on is just taking better shots and making plays for others. He has that instinctually, Kevin, as a point guard at his size. But as his team grows, the appreciation for what Cade Cunningham can do on the floor, that will grow too.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, Jalen Duren, a physical specimen, is improving the finer points of his game, including his vision. He said, I feel like I've always been a good passer. I've developed more of that as my young career has gone on, understanding the league better and how to win. Kevin?
Yeah, DA, you know, it takes time, but nice to see his development.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
And slammed in by Jones.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long?
Duren, one of the league's most powerful players. He doesn't mess around close to the basket.
The Clippers trail. Jones, the pass to Harden. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Cade Cunningham. The Clippers have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
Yeah, sometimes in a game you settle a little bit before settling in, and right now I think he's a big factor in how they're getting to the line. Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Harden kicks to Dunn. Jones for three. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Jones has got 5 points now this quarter.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
That's the end of the third, and it's all tied up. Live from Little Caesars. And let's take a listen now to Coach.
Keep trusting, all right? First half the ball.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Detroit's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots, 6 of 13. They've got Ivy. Holland is out there with Malik Beasley. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Stewart in at the 5 down low. That's the group for Detroit right now. Jones with the screen on Schroeder. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. No good with the triple. Pistons shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. Here's Ivy. Here he goes. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Leonard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Leonard with the screen on Beasley. Bogdanovich passes to Leonard. And there's the call on Jones. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Here's Ivy. And the dunk by Stewart.
Isaiah Stewart rocking the rim.
Here's Dunn. And there's the drive. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, no stopping him on that play. Sometimes even the taller defenders are helpless to stop him.
All Reed's checked in for the Pistons. And Simmons, he's checked in for the Clippers.
And if Ivy can hit that shot with consistency, it really makes him a tough cover.
Simmons passes to Jones. It's deflected. Now, here's Ivy. Reed. And the dunk by Reed.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Stewart checked in for Detroit. Cunningham comes in for Dennis Schroeder. The Clippers also making some changes. Powell, he's checked in for Amir Coffey. And it's James Harden in for Ben Simmons. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. Now, he talked about keeping confidence. He said, this game is close, but we know we're the better team. Now it's time to go out there and prove it. See if they can come back in this one, guys.
Thank you, David. Pass to Cunningham. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Off target with his 3.
Yeah, the defense there in chill mode. We all know he can burn them from three-point range.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
I mean, could we say he was playing possum a bit there in the first half? Because seems to be a different guy out there, way more assertive.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Duran, he's checked in for Stewart. Tobias Harris comes in for Holland. Thompson, he's checked in for Malik Beasley. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Jaden Ivey. Shots good by Duran.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Harden surveying the D. Jones, no luck. Detroit leading by 4. Here's Hardaway. Now Cunningham. Over Harden. Cunningham gets the bucket.
Good eye from the mid-range. It's part of what makes Cunningham so dangerous.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Duran pulls it in. Duran's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
Wouldn't surprise me to see him find his touch and still be a factor. Don't count them out yet.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
This team did something in halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half.
And the Clippers making a change here. Zubac is checked in.
Now, there are a few players that can read the floor as well as James Harden. He has seen every kind of defense.
Here's Cunningham. The quick look, no good that time. Clippers trail by 6. And it's done in the corner. Fires the 3. Thompson with the rebound.
Yeah, not a fan of that one, guys. If he wants to help his team cut into this deficit, he should not be attempting those kind of shots.
With the step back. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
You see the raw talent that Cade Cunningham has, and with hard work and the proper focus, this guy is capable of big, big things.
And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Harden kicks to Powell. Misses the 3. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Cunningham on the wing. Oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
And Cunningham, with his size and ability, he is constantly applying pressure to the defense.
Your Pistons, Cade Cunningham.
And so Cunningham nails both of them. There's 1:26 left in the fourth. And with it, it's stolen by Cunningham. Now Detroit moving it up. And Cunningham with the slam.
And Cade Cunningham has his fingerprints all over sequences like that.
Zubac finds Powell. Harden outside. Lets the 3 fly. And again, no good by the Clippers. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here. And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Detroit.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win.
And bragging rights between these teams were on the line today, and they put in some very good work to earn it.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Cade Cunningham.
Well, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in.
And that should be enough to get the job done, even though he didn't get all of it.
Bogdanovich, that's for 2. Another one falls for the Clippers. We've got 13 seconds left in the game. And now we've got the intentional foul.
You know, give him credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
Gets the first, and that will put them up by 9.
At the line for Detroit, Ivy, 2 shots.
And Ivy drops them both.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool at the line and finish it off.
And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Cade Cunningham.